What's up guys, and welcome to my channel Flame with a 4. In this issue 48 we are going to be doing the dreaded wires. I'm calling this the dashboard wires. If you have come back from work and you had a bad day at work or something like that, then I do not recommend doing issue 48. You will need a bit of time. You even see in this video that I do a wardrobe change because it ran into the next day because I got so frustrated trying to get these wires right that it took me 2 days to do it. I didn't do 2 whole days. It just kind of like got to a point where I just had to walk away from it and come back to it. That's how bad it gets. Remember to get all the pieces out that you need. There's going to be quite a few wires there. There are going to be some of those little cable ties which I don't use. I kind of use them to hold the wires together, but I've gone for the sort of like the garden wire sort of effect. I think it looks a lot better. It looks so much better than the cable ties, but you can be the judge of that and tell me what you think for yourself. So I do fast forward this an awful lot. You will need to take 45C and wrap it around as it shows here. I did this way, but in the end I had to run it the other way because I didn't have enough wire sticking out the bottom. So my wire is way too short, even though it tells you to run it as you do on this video. I didn't do that. I had to run it straight down and underneath, but you will see how that turns out as you go through this video. Like I said, I do fast forward it a lot. That is just purely because the wires take so long to just get them together, to wrap them round, to manipulate them into the position you want them, and you kind of need to just do it yourself and kind of just wrap them around how you want it. Every person that's done these wires, I would say that they're probably all going to be completely different because they're just so difficult to manipulate. Once you get them into place, they're okay. As you can see, I used glue dots to hold the wires down underneath the dash, and I found that really helpful to get it into the position I need it. Well, so this separator, I've kind of done this already, even though it isn't done, but I'm just going to show you one really quickly. You would need to do the wires in sequence how it tells you to do it. So it says red, red, white, white, black, black, yellow, and then it's like a brownie sort of colour at the end. So this is just me putting the last red one in. So you kind of need to sort of feed it how it says. You want to make sure that the tabs where you feed it through, the loop is kind of looped at the bottom, because when you push it into the dashboard, you want to make sure that it can clip into place. If you do it around the wrong way, you're going to have to pull it all out and do it all over again, and that is not what you want to be doing at this stage, trust me. Right, so as you can see, that's how I pulled it through. I'm hoping this video helps you enough. Like I say, I have done a few Blue Peter. Look, this is one I've done earlier, just because obviously I don't want the video to take forever. So that's what it looks like. I have twisted my wires a lot, and I do twist them quite a bit because I think it just looks better. I don't want them just sort of straggling and sitting around. I want them to just look, you know, neat and tidy. The DeLorean wires are quite neat and tidy in there, even though there are a lot of them. Right, so once you've clipped that separator into place like so, this is where you need to start getting technical. You need to start feeding all the wires around. But before you get to do that, we need to add the base, because this is where we're going to attach it all together. Excuse the people walking around in the background. My girlfriend has just bought me a coffee, as you can see there, which is very nice of her. And yeah. You will need quite a few coffees to keep this issue going, shall we say? Right. So once you've attached that to the bottom there, that's quite an easy thing to do. This is just me showing you where the screws are located to hold it all together, and that is where you will find them. So here I'm just kind of manipulating that wire into the position that it needs to go in. Glue dots do help. If you don't know how to hold it in place, or you don't want to use super glue, because sometimes it leaves sort of like a glue burn, I would say, on the plastic, I would use some glue dots. Glue dots, for me, have come in very handy, and I will show you where I've used them and what I've done, you know, with the glue dots on the actual model itself to help me do the wires on that as also. Right, so let's just get a quick look. So this is kind of like how it should look. You would use the cable ties to do this, but like I say, I just got a bit of garden wire and I wrapped them round. I do have a video coming up soon showing you how I've used the garden wire to do it, probably why mine took a lot longer. As you can see, I let go of that wire and straight away it pinged out of place. So, like I said, it does take a lot of work to get it to go where you want it to. I hope this video helps. I have done a lot of fast forwarding here of me putting the wires in just because it's so frustrating. I just want to show you how I've glued in the wires, because the wires, they say just slot them in, leave them in there, but it doesn't work, guys. You need a little dab of super glue to get that to work. And then the tweezers that came with one of the issues is going to come in very handy right about now, because obviously we need to get these wires into very tiny holes. So I'm just going to show you. So basically just put a dab of super glue on the end like you've seen me do there. Just take the tweezers, I kind of hold them and give it a little bend. So to bend the end of the wire to try and get it into the top of where it's got to go. You will have to use your initiative on this one, just because I can't show you step by step on where they go, just because it's so difficult. I've had to put some wires where they don't go, just for the pure fact that they wouldn't go where I wanted them to. So as you can see, the wire for the dial, which says 88, is now running down by the sort of the driver's side and going underneath. Here you can see that I've tied wire around, which is here, just normal garden wire. I didn't even have to buy this. My stepdad had some, so that was really handy. And you just cut them off with these, and then it's just kind of like getting a little bit, wrapping it around, and then just sort of squeezing it up with the end of the pliers. But like I said, guys, that makes the look, to me, so much better. I still need to move these wires around. As you see here, that wire there won't move into position, so later on I use a glue dot to keep it into place. It's just so frustrating that they don't go where you want them to, and you want it to look as neat as you can. So as you can see under here, that's where a glue dot is holding it all in place. And these are the glue dots. You can get it from 99p from any pound stores, or you could get 3M ones and pay a little bit more. But they're just so simple. They're just so easy to use, and they've helped me kind of hold these wires into place while I was trying to just get them into position. And as you can see on the larger model, I've used them here to hold the wires down. So I've used these glue dots to hold the wires into place. I've used one to stick it down, and then one over the top just to hold it in place. And they haven't moved. The glue hasn't come undone. They'll be perfect for what I need. And then with that 88, obviously here's just a quick look at where the 88 goes. So these are the wires on the passenger side, all running through. If yours looks like this, and obviously you're doing well, and I'm hoping I've got mine in the right position. Putting them into the back of those black control things on the top of the console, that was quite difficult. Running it underneath there as well. And as you can see, I don't have much of that wire from the 88 coming out at the bottom there, because that is quite a lot compared to what I did have. So here you can see that it's running down that side and down here underneath, and then underneath the bottom. I'm just going to show you here, and then it just goes down and then underneath there, because it wouldn't go the other way. The way it tells you to go, I don't know if you're the same, but for me that was what it was like. So sorry that I couldn't give you loads of detail on this, guys. It was just so frustrating to do this issue. But please tell me how you get on in the comments below, because that would be great to know how you did yours. And I'll see you on the next issue. We're going to be doing more wires, and we're going to have some seatbelts to do. So stay tuned, and I'll see you again. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.